Alright, hello guys, how's it going? In today's video, I'm going to be presenting you guys a video I'm going to call Fall Thoughts because I've been doing the Winter Thoughts series, and this was a highly requested video, so I'm going to be bringing it to you guys because of that reason. Now, before I get started with this video, though, I would ask that you do subscribe if you do like weather-related content, and also make sure to share this video with your friends, family, and social media. Now, for today's comment of the day, I want to know, what is one thing you like about the fall season and one thing you dislike about the fall season? Let me know both of those things in the comment down below, and I'll be picking one of those for tomorrow's video. Now, first things first, we're going to be taking a look at an important feature here, obviously, which is all of the ocean temperatures. And there's a few certain areas that we really need to pay attention to. And one is that area in the Pacific, that blue area that kind of stretches across South America and through the Pacific Ocean there, from South America through the Pacific Ocean, and that's what we call our ENSO region. And we have a developing La Nina there, indicated by the sporadic areas of the blues. And then we have kind of a negative PDO developing there to the north of that, where we have that red blob out in the middle of the North Pacific Ocean to the north of Hawaii, and then more neutral or below normal temperatures closer to the west coast. And later on in the year, we're going to have to talk more about how those two things could impact the winter season. We mostly are more confident in what's going on with that ENSO region, so we're more sure of that. And that's why we're going to be able to make more predictions based on the ENSO region itself. All right, now what we're going to do is we're going to move on, and what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at the 7-day change temperatures, and it's going to show us the same map except for what's changed in the past 7 days. All right. Now here it is, and this is the past 7 days, and as you can see, that ENSO region has not changed a lot. There's some areas of reds and some areas of blues, very balanced out, and really it's going to end up being kind of the same, but that PDO has really moved in a negative direction. A lot of blues near the west coast of the United States, and a lot of reds out there in the middle of the Pacific. So this is looking to be a developing negative PDO, which is going to have huge implications for this upcoming fall and upcoming winter. So we're gonna have to talk about that in a future video. I do not have those things prepared for you guys today in today's video, but again, in a future video, we will be talking more about the implications there with what's gonna be going on because of that PDO. Now let's go ahead and move on and look at our JAMSTEC model and its air surface temperatures here for September, October, November timeframe, which is our meteorological fall. And as you can see, an overwhelmingly warm fall is what they're predicting, with the coldest temperatures being in the southeast and south central United States. So right off the bat, this doesn't seem like a very realistic outlook, just because typically we do not see from coast to coast warmth overall. Very unusual, so this model is very confused in this frame. So we're going to take that one with a massive grain of salt. What we're going to do is we're going to move on and take a look at the precipitation forecast from the JAMSTEC model for these time frames, and then we're going to take a look at the CFS model and take it month by month, take a look at its temperature forecast for each month of the fall season. Now here's that precipitation forecast. As you can see, they're predicting more wet than normal conditions up there for the Pacific Northwest, through the upper Midwest, and a lot of the south central United States as well, with more dry than normal conditions there for the extreme southeast and some of the southwestern United States as well. This seems like a kind of confused forecast itself as well, because there's a lot of areas that are just white in the neutral area, and it's very unusual for an area to come out neutral. And this one has more than half of the country, I would say, in more neutral conditions. Very unusual and highly unlikely here, in my opinion. All right, now let's look at the CFS's forecast here, and as a bonus, we're going to show you guys August. Warm in the east, in the central United States as well, cold in the west there. So really, we're going to need to watch this one closely, but we're seeing blues out there for the west, and again, warm in the central and eastern United States. Looks a lot like their July outlook and our July outlook as well. So we're really going to need to see how this one plays out. Could we see another month similar to July in the month of August? Only time will tell. Let's move on and take a look at September here, and we start to see a shift. Kind of like what the JAMSTEC model was predicting. Warm in a lot of places, but colder than normal there for the southeast, the south central, and some of the Ohio Valley as well there. So that would be interesting if we see these areas be predominantly cold, because this looks more like an El Nino pattern actually than a La Nina pattern. So we'll really need to watch this one closely. But really, at this moment, at least for the month of September, it looks like the area that is most likely to be below average temperatures here is the southeastern United States. Very, very interesting stuff. All right, now what we're going to do is we're going to move on and we're just going to continue to take it month by month. We're going to take a look at October, November, and then we're going to get into the precipitation month by month forecast. We're going to go over September, October, November again, and then we're going to get into some other things later on in the video. All right, and here's October, and you can see it's actually a lot of the same. Southeast looking the coldest out of anywhere, maybe the south central there, Texas, Louisiana, Arkansas, Oklahoma. But you can see a wide area with the whites again, which is very unlikely, so probably below average in a lot of those white regions. You can see out west calling for above normal conditions here as far as temperatures are concerned. And same story for the northeast here, so September and October are looking like above normal temperatures for a lot of those regions. Let's go ahead and move on and take a look at November now. And as you can see, it kind of does shift here. We see a lot of the south central and most of the eastern, if not all of the eastern United States here in the above average temperature column. And then the west coast as well, but we see a below average temperature region there for Montana, the Dakotas, Nebraska. And this is kind of looking like my winter thoughts at this moment as well. So November could be an early month that is kind of going to show us what the pattern could be for a lot of the winter as well. That would be interesting if we saw it play out that way, where kind of November gives us a good key into what the winter is going to look like. I could see that happening for sure. Last year it was the opposite. November was very cold in the east, and well, that didn't happen in the wintertime, so definitely November was, I would say, about the opposite of what happened during the winter. Let's go ahead and take a look at the September precipitation forecast here, and as you can see, a lot of the west coast is in the above average precipitation column, and same story with the south central United States. And then kind of just scattered all over the place. I always say I don't really trust a model that looks like a toddler kind of finger painted all over the map, and sure enough, that is definitely what this looks like. So I'm going to take this one with a massive grain of salt. I don't really buy much of this. Maybe the above average precipitation for the west coast, but anything else is kind of just looks like scattered on the maps there. What we're going to do is we're going to move on and we're going to take a look at October, November, and then we're going to move on and take a look at a few other things at the end of this video. By the way, I want to mention, if I seem a little bit tired in this video, it is because I am, and it's actually 12 a.m. On the same day that I'm making this video, but it's 12 a.m. because it's my dad's birthday today, so I wanted to make this early so I could spend the whole day with him, so shout out to him. Let's go ahead and move on, take a look at October here, and it's kind of the same story. It looks, again, like a toddler kind of finger painted on the map, so again, my confidence in this is not as high as it could possibly be, to say the least. Maybe dry in the Pacific Northwest, which is the opposite of what it showed for September. But really, I don't think there's a lot of useful information to take away from this map here. November, this looks like it has a little bit of a solid idea, actually. You can see it's a lot more confident in what it's showing. I think I definitely am buying this a lot more. It has above average precipitation up there for the Pacific Northwest, and then through the upper Midwest, the Ohio Valley, and the Northeast, and then more dry for the Southwest, the South Central, and the Southeast. Again, this is kind of interesting, but this also kind of looks like my winter thoughts as well. So again, November could kind of be a precursor into what I'm thinking for the winter, which is very, very interesting. This does look a lot like how I think December, January, February could go. All right, now what we're going to do is take a look at September, October, November as a whole here on the temperature map. As you can see, nowhere is in the below average column, but I think Southeast will be probably in the below average column, possibly. Also, again, the upper Midwest is what these models are showing as well. And then kind of the Northeast looks above average, but that's not really what I'm calling for in my winter forecast. But this model seems to think we could have some above normal temperatures. Again, I haven't released my final fall forecast, so these are things that could evolve as time moves on, so we'll just have to wait and see. The Southwest is looking particularly warm as well compared to normal, and the Northwest as well, so I guess the West as a whole. Let's go ahead and take a look at that precipitation forecast on the 3-month forecast, and, well, again, kind of looks like a toddler kind of finger painted on it, and there's hardly anything that's really predominant here, so really not buying this whatsoever. I think this forecast on this model really has a ways to go before this model has anything useful to take away from it. Again, just kind of all over the place. Like, what am I supposed to take away from this map here? Maybe wet for the Northwest, like I said before, is maybe the biggest feature here. Kind of dry there for the South Central United States and the Four Corner States, but really, again, not really much useful information to take away from this. Anyway, guys, if you enjoyed this video, please let me know because I could do a lot more videos like this. The winter thoughts videos have not been getting a lot of views. I'm probably going to keep doing them because they're a lot of fun to make, but you guys haven't really been watching those that much. Also, let me know how you feel about those videos because if you guys really just don't like them, I might kind of discontinue them or not make them as frequently. But last year, people enjoyed them a lot in the year before, so I don't really know what's going on with that. Maybe it's a little early and people aren't really concerned about the winter yet. I don't know. Anyway, for today's comment of the day, I asked you guys, what are your favorite direct weather videos or type of direct weather videos? And Vermont Railfan 555 said, my favorite type of videos you make are the fall and winter forecasts. And the reason I picked this comment is because this is a fall video. He or she also said, and I also love the thought videos, so now I'm bringing a fall thoughts video, so hopefully you enjoy those a lot. They also went on to kind of say a lot of nice things about the channel as well, so I really, really appreciate it. Thank you, Vermont Rail Fan. I see your comments every day. I absolutely appreciate your support for the channel. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Again, be sure to share it with your friends, family, and social media. I will see you guys in the next video.